A gesture of the community that turned ugly. The GC Theater Department invited elementary and middle school students from the area to join our campus for a viewing of the Willy Wonka show on Friday. After the show, the students were invited to eat at the Max, but it was meant to be a friendly outreach from the GC to our community. Took a turn for the worse when students attacked the kids on Yik Yak. Yik Yak is a new trending app for smartphones that allows users to anonymously post comments for their others in area to view. Insults were specific to the African American children within the dining hall. One comment said, "Take the race card and put it back in the deck, you stupid monkeys." Another said, "Somebody get up and auction them off." It's terrible stuff. GC President Steve Dorman took the extraordinary step of publicly condemning those who wrote the racist Yik Yak post. An email from President Dorman went out on March 1st addressing the situation. Dr. Dorman said, "First, let me apologize to our guests for the inappropriate and offensive behavior of the few on our campus. Guests who visit our campus, particularly young among school children who may aspire to attend our institution in the future, are always welcome on our campus and should never be the subject of ridicule and insults." Promoting diversity is a major goal for Dr. Dorman. In his latest State of the University address, he specifically mentioned diversity as one of the major university's major initiatives.
The Friday Yik Yak incident also outraged many GC students. A group of Bobcats met over the weekend, and our Jerry Osborne covered the event. She filed this report, starting with an explanation of just what Yik Yak is.
Yik Yak allows people to post comments that can be seen by others in your immediate vicinity. The key to Yik Yak is that posts are anonymous, and that opens the door to abuse. In response to what happened on Friday with the students from the community, concerned GC students met to form a diversity plan. They held a meeting Saturday at the Smith House. That resulted in the formation of the GC Coalition and some very emotional expressions.
This whole situation is really incredibly frightening and dissettling and frankly scary. Our work is so not done. It's so not done. I don't even feel like we've started. Like, I feel like every single time something like this happens, we have to start over.
The coalition's aim is to bring the campus together and shed light on inequality that exists on campus. The coalition has created a logo to symbolize unity and positivity. The logo suggests social media hashtags such as #NotOK to spread the word. The group also plans to make posters and chalk on campus. Members have created a Facebook group called GC Coalition #NotOK. The long-term plan is to prevent a repeat of the kind of ugliness that happened Friday on campus. To get involved in this initiative, simply request to join the Facebook group to stay informed on upcoming meetings and activities. Before the Friday incident, we talked to students about Yik Yak.
Some people I know, they find it absolutely hilarious. Like, I have one friend, and he is constantly trying to think of a funny Yik Yak to do. But some people are just like, no, that's stupid. But I don't know, it just depends.
I don't really know how I would feel about anonymous people posting things, just because when you take away the ability to know who's saying what, there's so much more freedom there, and people can abuse that freedom to go positive or negative.
Sadly, we saw the result of negativity on our campus. Reporting from GC 360, this is Jerry Osborne.
Let's get a deeper perspective on this issue. Grace Nichols, the LBGT program coordinator and Pride Alliance advisor on campus, joins me now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
Grace,
having me.
Some of the authors, these offensive posts, responded by saying it was all in fun. We didn't mean any harm. What is your response to that statement?
I think a good reference is also, there was also another statement sent out by the VP of Student Affairs and the Dean of Students, in addition to almost 50 students who gathered on Saturday to draft a statement in response to these events. It was said in that message that if the students feel that throwing racial slurs at children is amusing, then they've probably selected the wrong college to go to.
Absolutely.
I think, at the very least, it's negligent of the painful historical implications that some of those statements have. And I think we're finding ourselves in a time where we really need to confront our personal responsibility in this.
And what are some of the comments you've heard around campus regarding this issue, just from students, faculty, after it happened? What have you heard?
I think it's really important to highlight the sadness and the hurt. I think we're in a sort of moment of shock, really, too, but a moment of loss where we've kind of realized that we've gotten to this, well, we've come back to this strange place in our time where racial things like this are being thrown around without any regard for the impact of what's being said. So certainly a lot of affected students, faculty, and staff that are deeply shocked and offended that this is happening in our community. And I think reactions range from find these students and get them off of campus to a more restorative justice kind of approach. As far as I think we need to own that they are a part of our community, and we all played a role in the environment that has allowed these statements to be said. So as difficult as it might be, and this might be just more of a personal reaction, how can we embrace these students and find ways to educate them and transform them into better citizens of our world, for them and for us? I think that I think absolutely that they should be identified. I think that's part of it, when it comes to personal accountability, or if they would like to come forward and admit to their actions and seek or provide some kind of apology. But I think if we seek to shame and shut out the people who have participated in this, then we have more wounded and broken people walking around us.
Absolutely, and that is such an important issue. It hits home for so many. So thank you so much for being here today to talk about it.